Hello, Archibald Chesterfield III, AC3, on the Poor Pluta channel. I'm doing paid reviews because I don't do shit for free. And remember, like, subscribe, and tell your friends about my channel. I'm doing a paid review here. This is for Den. This is for Den. And this is a very interesting dilemma that's come my way in the world of wristwatching. Just very quickly, remember, look in the description for 10 ways you can keep me full time on YouTube. Paid reviews, they ain't free because I need more money than Google can pay me. So, you know, 20 US for a review, $10 for a question. Go and look in the description. 10 ways you can keep me full time. You can even send me a little bit of money on Patreon. You can arrange for me to get a bottle of alcohol from Dan Murphy's, and it's really cool. You can do a lot to help me out because, you know, it's very hard doing this entertainment comedy gig. Let me give you the drum. Now for Den. Hey Archie, thank you very much for your excellent review of the blue edition Bersha Tudor Black Bay Bronze. The Pontiff's inside is a delight to behold. I get that you would not have paid retail for it, but in this case I would say it's been worth it, as the second-hand value exceeds the retail value by quite some margin. Did you see that it has reached 50,000 US dollars? That's okay, fair enough. Well, okay, let's see how much it does go for. So now I need you, that doesn't mean they're selling effectively for that. I mean, that's a little bit on the ridiculous side. So now I need your advice once more. I, of course, have sent you £50. Geez, that's great, for your help, because the Pontiff doesn't do stuff for free, and because I'm honoured to contribute to the success of the channel. Late summer bonus season is approaching fast, and with my team having delivered an outstanding new software for artificial intelligence, I believe that the payout will be quite substantial. If I could invest a combined $17,000 into a lady's as well as a gentleman's Rolex, what would you recommend? As a lady's choice for my beautiful wife, to whom I've been married 20 years and whom I love very much, I was thinking of the Rolex 116234 with the silver dial and diamonds. Used and about 9 years old, they are about £5,750, but come without box or papers, while my local ID is quite keen to deepen his professional relation with us and has offered us a brand new one for 6.3 rather than the 7.3 retail price. Is it worth buying it new if the extra £650 gets you a factory fresh model? I know you hate buying new, but in this case, could an argument be made for it? For myself, I'm thinking to go vintage. I quite fancy a Daytona, as I already have a dive watch. Dive watch, the Submariner, or traveling watch, the GMT2. Can you get a decent Daytona for about £7,000? My wife thinks me crazy, and in my midlife crisis, although I'm only in my late 40s, but I lust after a two-tone. I am a child of the late 60s and have always considered two-tone Rolex to be the bee's knees. Is there any particular variant that you would recommend? Having checked the options, there seems to be an array of different variations with different dials and sub-dial colors. Is there a color combo that pops? If I am to invest this money, are my choices sound, or would the Pontiff steer me into a slightly different direction? I would like to remain within Rolex territory to be on the safe side and would like the watch to feel special. Looking forward to the video and receiving your advice. Look after yourself. I have been worried about you recently and hope one day we'll be able to meet. Have a cold beer with your name on it in the fridge. Kindest regards from London, Dan. Thank you, Dan. Okay, let's have a talk about this here. So, very interesting question. He wants to stay within Rolex. I can appreciate that. Rolex is the safest investment option. I agree. So let's have a look. He's mentioned quite a few things there. He wants to get his wife a 116234. That is a great watch. The only thing is, hang on, just let's back the truck up a little bit here. Let's just reverse the truck a bit. I would be saying to you that ladies, I don't know whether this 116234 would be a little bit too big. I'd probably, traditional ladies is 26 mil. They do have a mid-size version, but okay, fair enough. You know, I understand what you're saying there. Okay, so let's talk about this. 116234. That's a nice choice. I just think it could be too big. It's 36 mil. Rolex tried to make 36 mil a ladies size, but I think they've moved back a bit. They've retreated. So I'd probably look at a mid-size Rolex. I'd be looking at mid-size. So that's kind of my opinion there. I'd be going mid-size because I think that may be a little bit too big. That's just my opinion, but why don't you take her in? Well, it sounds like you have taken her into the store. And yeah, look, you just, okay, so the question is, I'd be trying to get a bit, I mean, that discount is not terrible. It's not a terrible discount. You should get at least 15% plus the tax back. That's what I would be angling for. Maybe go over for a holiday, you know, go somewhere. In England, it's very easy to do this. Now, as far as the, I agree, if you don't have to pay much more, maybe it's worth, getting a factory fresh one. Sure, I completely understand there. I think the important thing you got to realize is on these ladies DateJust, well, or DateJust in general, you should be getting substantial discount. That's what you should be getting. You should be getting substantial discount. You know, you really do want to get, you want to get a little bit off there, because if you're not getting a discount, what's the point there? What is the point there? You want a good deal. That's what I would be going for. I honestly think myself, you've got to haggle like a bitch. You really do need to haggle very aggressively. I would seriously say that the mid-size one to go forward, maybe these are a few ones to consider. The 178274, okay, 178274. That's the two-tone. When I say it's steel with the white gold bezel, the two-tone variant is 17823, 17823, or a 17824. That's what I would be definitely looking at there. That's my own opinion. That's the 31 mil mid-size. Maybe that's a better fit. Just see how she feels on that there. I would be haggling hard, because those DateJusts, you've got to haggle very, very hard. So you're paying a little bit more. Yeah, maybe it's worth the full retail experience. Now, so yes, I agree. If there's not much difference, by all means, it's nice. You know, the newness, getting it brand spanking is worth something. You know, you go in there and make a day of it. And, you know, could you imagine this? What I would do if you love your wife so much, make a day. Let's go and look at watches for you. You have it already arranged with the dealer. You don't want to be seen to be arguing and fighting over price. You say to him, this is what I will pay. Put these two on display. You know, I'd haggle a little bit meaner. And if they won't cut price, see if they will give you extra freebies, because they have shit that they can give you for free, you know. So haggle hard, because money's tight in this world. Now, as for yourself there, you quite fancy the Daytona. Look, look, the pound is very weak at the moment. That's not helping. But I would say the two-tone Daytona is probably the least desired of the lot. I honestly would strongly try and say to you, hey, what really goes steel? I think the sweet spot would be the Zenith Daytona, the Sapphire Crystal Zenith automatic movement. That's the sweet spot. That's from the 90s sort of period there. I reckon that would be the sweet spot. What combo would I go for? Well, I think white or black dial, both are pretty damn cool. No real mistakes there. With the two-tone, if you are convinced you want two-tone, again, I would say two ways you'd go. You'd either go for the Zenith movement one, which would probably have the older clasp and it wouldn't have the gold going through the clasp. You could possibly go for a more modern one. Yep, pre-ceramic, you know, that series there. I would really, I would strongly say, can you get steel? Steel is so much more desirable. That's the one. But if you do want the two-tone, yes, not a bad way to go. There is no wrong choices in Rolex Daytonas there, so I think you're going to be pretty damn safe. Look, I would just say go black or go white. I mean, the gold dial on the two-tone, not really a big fan of that, but a white dial is very, very beautiful, and same as the black dial. So go for one that you really, really do love there. I would say to you, you know, if you're going to invest, you say, look, I think Daytona could be the absolute perfect piece to get there. Absolutely perfect. The only thing I would say there is maybe the only other two-tone which I think pops is the two-tone bluesy sub. Getting one of those. Again, haggle for a discount. That would really, really, really pop. Now, I know you've already got a sub and you've already got a GMT too, but a two-tone bluesy is super, super cool. But look, I would really say to you, Daytona's a cool way, but stick with Rolex. It's a very good idea. Stay in that area there. Now, I would say to you, so look, okay, to just sum up here, with the wife, I'd make a day of it. Firstly, find out, does she want mid-size or does she want the full size? And I'd take her in, you gotta talk to the dealer and say, look, I want more off, okay? Just tell them, I want more off. These are soft models. I want a good deal. Now, I would really haggle hard. Try and stay away from diamond dial. Anything like that is very expensive retail-wise. Just try and get Romans. Get a white dial with Romans. That's the way I would be going. Romans or Arabic. Stay away from... I mean, if you're buying one second-hand, mother of pearl and diamonds is cool. But if you're buying new, those are very expensive factory options. They cost a fortune. So, that is my advice there. As far as Daytona goes, Daytona is super cool. Actually, I tell you honestly, I would go for a. I'd have no qualms going for a modern Daytona. Maybe the two-tone. Yep. I'd have no problems. You know, up to 10 years old. Beautiful piece. Beautiful piece, great piece, fresh, minty sort of piece. Treat yourself. You've earned it. Treat yourself. Really do treat yourself there. So yeah, I don't really mind that at all there. I would really treat yourself there. So that's the way I see it. So I think that's the way to go there. Yeah, treat yourself, buy what you like, and I think you're going to have some really good choices there. Yep. So yes, Yep, I think I agree with your philosophy. I understand what you're saying. Enjoy yourself. You've done well. Enjoy it. And Daytona, I would try and get steel. Try if I can't. I mean, two-tone. You want to buy the sub in two-tone. The Daytona, you really should get in steel. That's my advice. Get it in steel. I mean, it just tugs at the heartstrings. Please. Buy it in steel. I got two fans, one good friend of mine, he ended up buying a two-tone one, which looks nice, but another fan in Sydney, he was Scottish, as stingy as a fucking fish's asshole, and he wanted a two-tone. I said, get the steel, anyhow. Some people you can't convince. You can't tell another man how to spend his money, but a two-tone Daytona isn't really a mistake. That is a super cool watch. Enjoy it, love it. I'm Archie Luxury. Tell me what you guys think of that. One idiot on Chrono24 trying to get 50,000 euro for a Tudor Berkshire Blue doesn't make it worth 50,000. He may be asking that, but it doesn't mean he'll get 50,000 euro for it. So, to be completely frank and honest with you, it doesn't mean it's worth $50,000 there, okay? So just back the truck up. Back the truck up. They are not that great, okay? In fact, I hate bronze. Nasty bronze.